Hi, it's Terry Rose, and I'm doing something today that I have not done before. I'm inviting you into my very secret, mystical kind of a room, my private room that very few people have ever set foot in. And that's because this is where I do my deepest work on my goals and getting clear about what it is that I'm working on in my life. So it's a very happy place for me. It's a room that is just filled with good memories and things that I can look at that really allow me to feel all of the positive energy that I could possibly feel before I work on my goals. And those goals can be anything. And as some of you know, I'm a life coach, and I work with clients on finding the blocks to their success, those deep-seated inner experiences that they're not really aware of, that have caused a belief system that hold them back in their life. And the biggest part of that is finding that which is energy. Everything is energy. So you find those experiences and then you change the energy. And there are techniques and tools that can be used these days. There's been discoveries that you can go in and change those patterns, change that thinking at a deep level. And I'm at the point after probably 30 years of trying to change things within myself that I knew were holding me back, and it was just very difficult and very slow going. And when I found energy work and started doing energy work, things changed very, very rapidly for me. So I believe that so strongly. So this is my room where I create a space of being able to get in that place of positive feelings and emotions, and then I work on my goals. Then I go in and I work on my online business and talk to people, or then I work with clients, because people pick up an energy, the energy that you have created, whatever is in your heart, they pick that up. So I have the luxury of having an extra room that I am able to call my private space. And it's that place when I walk in here, I can look at all of the things that I have in this room that bring back good memories. It may seem silly to a lot of people, or it doesn't have meaning, or maybe some people don't even like some of the things that I have in here. Our interests aren't the same, and that's one of the reasons I don't invite people in here and I don't share it. But it has become so important, and I've been working with many people recently and trying to help them understand the importance of creating emotion, the emotion that you want to be there before you do anything. That I want to share this room. I want to share information about this room. You see on the wall behind me, that's a tapestry that I've probably had for probably close to 30 years. And when I see that, some friends gave me that, and when I see that, it just brings back a memory of a good time. It brings back a good feeling. So I put that in here, and I feel good when I look at it. A Tweety, my little Tweety bird. I love Tweety bird. I don't know why, I've just always loved Tweety. So people give me Tweety bird cups and keychains and, stuffed animals and things, and I have Tweety around. Every time I see Tweety, go to use something with Tweety on it, for some reason I feel this relaxed feeling come over me, just a really good feeling. You can think of that in the sense when you read the news and you hear about the swine flu and you hear about the economy and your body goes into the state of fear. It's a flush of anxiety. There are negative chemicals that are released in your body, and it causes a reaction. Well, that's why you want to surround yourself with positive things. And Dr. William Tiller has a lot of studies that show the power of intention, having a clear intention, and the fact that when you work in the same place, it actually does what he calls conditions the space. It creates a space so that it's easier for you to get to that place where you want to be emotionally and in your thoughts and in your feelings. So I have conditioned my space in here by coming in here to work on things, and it allows me to get to that place a lot easier where I want to be, that state of coherence. Then I can visualize in my business what I'm going to do. I do online business coaching, and also I work as a life coach. So I create a plan for the things that I'm doing. When I want to be successful, and when I am successful with things, it starts there first. I get clear in my mind what my intention is. I create the energy of it by seeing it, by feeling it, and if I'm not able to get the feelings, then I do energy work. And anybody that's been around me very long hears me talking about the importance of energy work. So you can go to my website and get more information about that if you would like, which is energy.peaceofsuccess.com. But I want to talk just a little bit more about this room and the things that I have in it. So I mentioned Tweety Bird, I mentioned my tapestry, I also have, you can see this is a throw over, this is actually a futon that folds out. I can relax, I can kind of meditate in here, I can really create my visions, I can put on music, I have soft lighting, which isn't good for videos, but it's just nice lighting that I feel comfortable. I can adjust it softer if I want it, or brighter for reading or that kind of thing. And then I have things like these pictures around. This is, I'm just going to show you this quickly. This is a picture that my dad made. He took of me years ago when I was riding one of my horses. It's not the best picture in the world. At first I was kind of disappointed in it because I didn't like the way I looked. I had this old t-shirt on, there are a few things in it that I would have changed or had a different background or whatever, but I was out in this beautiful place. I was riding my horse. I was in heaven, and my dad took a picture, and it meant enough to him that he went and had a barnwood frame made, and he gave that to me. So people might think I'm vain because I have all these things in here, these pictures of me and things, but they're all things that bring back a memory that make me feel good. I have another one. Here's my uncle had wanted a picture of me, and that's probably when I was in my 20s. I had one uncle, and we had a special kind of close relationship, and he wanted that picture, so I went and I got that done. The photographer wanted to do something special and try some experiments because my name was Terry Rose, so we put the rose down, and every time I look at that picture, I think of my uncle and how special it was to me that he cared enough and he wanted that picture, and when he passed away, there was that picture in his living room. Here's another thing. I used to live in Montana. I love Montana. One day I went into a place and saw where they make calendars. You take your pictures in. So I went home and I just dug out all these pictures. That's actually a river. That's a place where I used to just go and sit, and I just had the best time. I just took everything that was meaningful. There's a walk I was on. That was it was a huge snowstorm, and those are cattle, and they were all full of snow, and it was just the most beautiful scene. You can see some of them up under the trees. I can remember walking down that road and seeing that. I can bring back those feelings. So picture after picture of things. There's a river, the place where I used to just go and sit and sometimes take a guitar or a book, and sometimes go with friends, sometimes go alone. We'd sing, we'd play, we'd read, or I'd be there just kind of meditating and thinking about life and things on my own and figuring out things about life. So I just made this calendar, more and more places. There's a house that I almost bought at one point. It was a really beautiful house, mountain scenes. Every one of these, I look at it, I create the feeling. Here's one, I rented that log home at one time, and I was just sitting in the front. I always talk about one of my favorite things to do, just get up in the morning and go out on a deck or a porch and just have a cup of coffee, and I just love that time, and to read and to think. So I look at these pictures. Before I go and work on my business, I look at pictures. I bring about feelings. I create a clear intention of what I would like to have happen, and I do my very best to create the energy of it. And when I can't create it, when I can't get to that place, then I identify what I'm really feeling, those negative feelings, and I do energy work on it, and it disappears. Now, there's different kinds of energy work. Some is easy, some is more difficult. I have some things that I do it's just very, very easy to do, and I don't have to dig up all this stuff and talk about it and think about it, and I can do it myself. So that information is on my website, Piece of Success, or the specific page, energy.peaceofsuccess.com. There's things where you can tap, you can just use your hands and point energy in places. There's exercises, there's things that you can do. So you bring these things to the forefront, the negative that you're feeling, and then you do energy work on it, and it dissipates, and it's really incredible. Then you bring in the good feelings and the intention of the goals. So that's the work that I help people with in my coaching programs. But at the very least, create a space for yourself. If you don't have a lot of room, just take a chair. Some people may not have a room, but take a chair that every time you sit down in that chair, it is your space where you can get into this place and you can work on eliminating the negative feelings and bringing in the positive feelings and the success and the hope. So please check out my website, get more information, stay in touch. There is no limit to what you can do. So the important thing is get into that energetic space first of all, and then you are using the power of the universe, the power of who you really are inside, and things just happen. It's just incredible.